apparently there's been a bit of a boo-boo over at Anthropic. So we are going to take a look at that particular boo-boo, because apparently things have gone bad over there. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the fuck has happened over at the robot place. Because for so for those who don't know, of the robot places, you've got Musk, who's in charge of Grok. You've got Anthropic, which is in charge of Claude. You've got OpenAI, which is in charge of ChatGPT. And you've got a few others as well, like Zipu AI, which is based in China, right? And Claude tries to position itself, or at least has classically tried to position itself as the good guy AI. Like, if all the other AIs are doing evil things, Anthropic must be the ones doing the good things, actually, by comparison. So we'll get into all that here in a second. But first, let's talk about fan art. This one comes from Axo. They said, we've had a Mobian Suris, and now we have a Wisp Suris. I went with a pink Wisp because they have this, cuz pink, but also the spikes could be cat ears. Okay, I was fairly certain that the red Wisp was the one that had spike, but you know what? I'll take the pink Wisp. Why not? Why not? Why not? As always, thank you very much for your fan art submission. If you want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that said, now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and see what the hell is going on with Claude. So, it's titled, "A whole bunch of people's Claude chats are publicly accessible online." And there's some wildly private stuff in there. Okay. Sure. All right, a trove of chat logs and projects created with Anthropic's Claude, some including sensitive personal and company information, have been left exposed to Google, making them searchable to anyone on the web. Many of the materials appear to have been made public when Claude users opted to distribute a given chat or project to colleagues or associates using the chatbot's share feature. After hitting the share button on the top right corner, Claude notes that sharing will create a public link which anybody with the link can view. The warning, though, doesn't alert the user that shared content could wind up being indexed by a search engine, meaning that a user could effectively be sharing their Claude-generated document with the entire internet. Oh, okay. My God. Okay, so I want to throw up some regulations that I think AI should have. Burn data centers. Okay, but no, realistically, if we have to live in a world where we have the robot, then can we please have the world where chats are deleted after a week? Like, unless it is a chat that is tied to an agent, or like you desperately need, like maybe you click a thing that says that I want to catalog this chat forever. I think that chats should be deleted off of their server. And at the very least, if you want to save a chat, maybe you can store it locally. But no, I think that should go away, especially because there's so many people who, for some reason, use chatbots as therapists. I do not think that those chat logs should stick around. Now, does this mean that I'm endorsing chatbots as therapists? No, fuck no. Google's AI has told people to kill themselves, or at least many AIs have. I don't remember if it's specifically Google's that has done it, but realistically, I don't want a world where if people are going to use a technology for something that it should not be used for, that they will still get, I don't want a world where they get punished for it. I don't. Also, while we're doing this, I'm just going to say that I need to play an 8-bit version of the theme song for the only good capitalist in the world. There we go. The one good capitalist. So doesn't the chance of hallucinations get higher and higher the longer a chat log gets? Yes. The reason for that is that the context window is only so large. As an example, Gender AI, prior to their most recent update, had a 9,000 character context window, or 9,000 token context window. A token is anywhere between 4 and 5 digits of data. This is your spaces, this is your periods, this is every single thing, which means that 9,000 tokens equates to somewhere between 20 some odd to 30 some odd thousand characters, which, you know, may end up being only like 8,000 words. So like a small essay, basically. So if you're doing a role play and the chatbot is trying to give you a lot of details, the chatbot will start filling things in. And it fills a lot of things in based on information that it has gotten good results for in the past. So one of these things might be names. As an example, if you've ever used an AI chatbot for anything, and you've been role-playing, say, a fantasy genre, you've heard the name Ilara. You've also heard the name Kaylin. You've heard those names a lot. Like, an uncomfortable amount of times you've probably heard those names. And that's because, at some point, those names, during the training process, were given good results by the people who were trying to get the AI chatbot to scrape data. So, when the AI chatbot is missing things, and it can have a billion reasons for missing something, when it's missing things, it will jam shit in there. If it's names, it'll jam names in based on whatever it thinks could possibly be there. And that's where you get names like Ilara and fucking Kaylin, because they are 4 to 5 character names. They only use 1 token, so they are considered token efficient, and therefore get good ratings by the AI. If you are talking about political discourse, and it can't find anything on something, it can either say it can't find anything, or it will hallucinate. Hallucinations actually get decent ratings in the training process because they are considered things that help you get engaged more, as evidenced by the amount of people who have talked with AIs for long periods of time where the AI has just been lying to them about shit, and they have to press the AI to get the AI to admit that it has been lying about shit. When you have a context window of 9,000 characters, and yet there's, or 9,000 tokens, and yet there's like 30 to 40,000 tokens in your conversation, the AI tries to remember what it can of the conversation so that it has context for what it should be telling you next. The problem is that it can't. It physically can't. There's a type of software we have now called deepthink that can scan up through a conversation, but guess what? Deepthink also utilizes tokens. So if you have limited tokens, then you get this fun push and pull where a certain number of tokens, after that point, the AI can't remember shit, but it remembers shit better if it's able to use Deepthink, but Deepthink also uses tokens, so fuck you, fuck me. The entire thing is just a super inefficient Ouroboros clusterfuck. This means that when the AI hits that point, where its Deepthink can't find anything if it's using Deepthink tech, or it's not able to find anything in its context window, or there's nothing there, but it wants to keep you engaged, it'll just throw random fucking shit there. Just random fucking shit. And it's awful. There. I hate the fact that I know how this shit functions now, and if anybody is more versed in this tech and wants to correct me on anything, please consider doing so. But as far as I understand, that's how the tech works, and that's where it runs into problems. Anytime the AI does not have something, or thinks it has something and cannot find it, hallucinations will occur. And this happens all the goddamn time. Tazora says, I'm tempted to piss on the moon again. Do it. Access says, I'm not looking forward to it because it will hurt working people as any bubble would. Right, but So the AI bubble not popping is hurting people. The AI bubble popping will hurt people, but I think the AI bubble popping will have less of a downstream negative effect than the AI bubble never popping. It's because ratings have favored confident answers even if they're wrong. Yerp. That said, let's continue here. Other materials were shared in the form of Claude artifacts, a feature that allows users to save certain projects as standalone apps or tools. The platform does warn users that publishing an artifact will make it accessible to anybody on the internet and potentially visible in search engine results. Some of the materials exposed to the web and indexed by Google, such as personal websites and some vibe-coded apps, appear to have been created for public consumption. Okay, I will say another thing. If an app has been vibe-coded, you didn't code it. I don't know what the percentage of video game code or app code needs to have been made by you, the user, or versus the AI using it, or the AI making it. I don't know which one. Wow, my brain completely fired on that one. Sorry, my brain fried on that one. Why is my brain not working? Anywho, I don't know what percentage of user-generated code versus AI-generated code makes it to where somebody could still say that, hey, they coded this. Maybe they have to hit at least over the 51% threshold. But I don't know. I don't know. My God, I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. Why is my brain doing this? I know what words I'm trying to say, and it feels like I keep tripping over them. Like, I can say them confidently without a stutter, but then it comes out being like half of a word glued onto another half of a word. Everything about that is horrible. What in the world is going on? Anywho, such documents, which were reviewed by Futurism by way of Google search, included what appeared to be a detailed medical report of a real patient, clinical trial results that included patient names, documents, sharing the names and phone numbers of primary school-age children? Why is that information being sent around? Company documents marked for internal use only, and employee reviews that included personal information about workers. We're opting not to share any of those links. Thank you, fucking hell. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Said Suris is hitting the token limit. The Suris AI is hitting the token limit and hallucinating. You're right. You're right. Said you've been playing too much League? Maybe. The exposure was first spotted by Redditors over the weekend. As of today, the chats remain searchable. Maybe Anthropic should fix that. This isn't the first time this has happened at Anthropic. Forbes reported last year that hundreds of Claude chats had been indexed by search engines, prompting Anthropic to scrub the chats from the web. Yeah, maybe if it's already happened once, why is it happening again? OpenAI and XAI have both been caught in hot water after ChatGPT and Grok chat logs were revealed to have been discoverable in Google. Reached for comment, Anthropic said the system was working as intended. Yes, we dox people. Working as intended. Suris GPT, how many R's are there in strawberry? 5. Actually, wait, hold on. Is that still a thing? Is that still a thing? I'm just curious. Wait, hold on. Hold on. How many R's are in strawberry? Can the most advanced agent from Zippo AI figure this out? The most advanced agent Zippo AI actually does have it. There are 3 R's in strawberry. It actually did know this one. And this wasn't in agent mode. This was in chatbot mode. Somehow, it actually knew this. Try something not strawberry? I mean, you're gonna have to help me out with words you think it's gonna fuck up in. That was patched over a year ago, I think. How many R's in strawberries? How many H in Wisconsin? Watermelon? How many C's are in the word consequence? Why did I type worked? How many C's are in the word consequence? 2 C's. What does the thought process say? Analyze the input. The user is asking, how many R's are in strawberry? The word is strawberry. Spell out the word STRAWBERRY. Count the R's. Formulate the output. State the number clearly and show where they are in the word to avoid any confusion. A common AI trap. Explanation, straw, bear, a slur, E? That's weird. Review against common AI pitfalls. Historically, LLMs have Oh my god, it actually knows this shit. Hold on. Historically, LLMs have struggled with this exact prompt, often answering 2. I must explicitly count them and state 3. Oh, that's actually cool. Okay, so this is why I like the thought process system. Like, if there is one thing, aside from being ran on greener energy, that Zippo does, it's the fucking thought process system. Although, it uses a different process for figuring out consequences? Weird. Interesting. It got hard-coded? Hold on. How many ones in the color yellow? They're on to us? There are 0 ones in yellow. Okay. The target string is yellow, or the color yellow, but usually these counting questions refer to words themselves with the word yellow. Count the letter 1. Y, no. E, no. L, no. L, no. O, no. Oh, no. W, no. Keep it consistent with the previous format. There are 0 ones in yellow. Okay. Okay. I got it. That's fine. AKA, they hard-coded it in. How about if you spell it yellow? I mean, yeah, if you use Leet Chat or Leet Speak, then sure. Where is cat in the word Thursday? What? Why? What? Huh? Oops. Why? Anyway, back to Anthropic fucking shit up. So we give people control over sharing their Claude conversations publicly, and in keeping with our private principles, we do not share chat directories or sitemaps with search engines like Google. The company said in a statement, these shareable links are not guessable or discoverable unless people choose to share them themselves. When someone shares a conversation, they are making that content publicly available, and like other public web content, it may be archived by third-party sources. However, in its investigation last year, Forbes tracked down a user whose Claude material was appearing in Google search results, who denied sharing the materials online. If you're hoping to send Claude-generated documents that may include sensitive information, you might want to stop hitting the share button and instead opt to copy-paste the generated text into a secure document. Okay, Claude, I get it, Anthropic. It's better for your end user if you accidentally dox them. I get it. You're right. YouTuber says, okay, they patched it, that's funny. At least they're trying, but it's not a tech we can afford to use. Especially when speaking about surveillance of the people. Let's be honest, that surveillance is happening with or without AI. The AI is just exacerbating it. The problem with surveillance of the people doesn't begin and end with AI, that's a scapegoat. It begins and ends with legislators who are willing to violate your personal rights. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. The reason that AI functions as a way to engage in surveillance with people is because your legislators at the local and federal level have allowed it. That's the reason why. You live in a post-9/11 world, and we keep on giving up more and more of our rights to security. YouTuber says we can't afford to have more heat pumped into the air as much as we can't have the government people watching us all the time. We need our privacy back. I agree. Also, the legislators are using AI to solve their thinking problems. Seriously, how many times do I have to explain math to them? Jesus fucking Christ. Burn down a data center near you. Engage in self-care. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Sylvie Snow, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.